turned it, so let me know. No.
Just level.
Yeah, you're in frame.
My name is Rabbi Nancy Landsman of Congregation Ahavat Olam in Glenview. I'm truly honored to be officiating this service for Michelle today. I never had the privilege to meet her, to know her. I'm so grateful to her dear friend and sister, Carol, sharing so many memories of Michelle. You've been blessed to have had her in your life. We come to this sacred place drawn by the eternal ties that bind your souls to the soul of your beloved Michelle. At times such as this, we look for comfort, and we know that we're sad to say goodbye to Michelle, but we also want to celebrate the incredible life that she lived. When we turn to the book of Psalms, we are often comforted. Psalm 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the mountains. From whence shall my help come? About Michelle, I understand she had quite a journey. Each of us have lived our own unique journey. Michelle's was quite unique, filled with lots of fun and laughter and joy. And so as I share this beautiful reading written by Rabbi Elvin Fine, which speaks about how life is a journey, I invite everyone who's listening, who's with us, to think about how you've been blessed to have been a part of Michelle's journey. Birth is a beginning and death a destination. But life is a journey, a growing from stage to stage, from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion, and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength, or strength to weakness, and often back again, from health to sickness, and back we pray to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, and grief to understanding, from fear to faith, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until looking backward or ahead, we see that victory lies not at some high place along the way, but in having made the journey, stage by stage, a sacred pilgrimage. Birth is a beginning and death a destination. But life is a journey, a sacred pilgrimage made stage by stage, from birth to death to life everlasting. A psalm that I think speaks to all of us, regardless of our faith or tradition, is the 23rd Psalm. If you know the 23rd Psalm, I invite you to join with me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. There's a beautiful poem whose author is unknown that I thought was so fitting for Michelle. It's entitled A Life Well Lived. A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments, sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, with friendships formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well lived is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. I'd like to share with you what I learned about Michelle, who lived this incredible life, born and raised here in Chicago to the late Norman and Charlotte. She was very close with her parents. She was the loving sister of the late Robert, who died this past June. After attending Clinton School and Senn High School, Michelle began her college studies at the University of Colorado and then transferred to National College of Education here in Illinois. After earning her degree in education, she taught grade school until she retired at the age of 53. Near the beginning of her teaching career, it was what we call beschert. It's a Yiddish word meaning meant to be. It was fate that she met someone special, Carol. Unknowingly to either of them, Michelle and Carol grew up just a few blocks from each other. They attended the same schools through high school and then ended up teaching at the same grade school, Talcott School, where Michelle ended up being head of the primary department. Their classrooms were right next to each other. This is when their 50 plus years of friendship began. Michelle and Carol lived basically parallel lives. In addition to teaching, Michelle worked at various places. Candle store, where she was the top salesperson. She worked for Let Us Entertain You. And for many years, along with Carol, She worked in the travel industry. Michelle was a successful travel agent. She and Carol traveled all over the world. It was on one of their trips, I believe Tahiti, where their relationship status of dear friends changed to sisters. I believe all of you know this story, but if you don't, it's a great story, and I encourage you to reach out to Carol for all the details. Michelle also traveled to Hong Kong several times, and it was there she bought lots of sweaters. And then she would sell these sweaters here at house parties. Some people would call them sweaters, some would say schmatas, which is the Yiddish word of schmata, like maybe, like rags. Some people would say, not the greatest quality, but she was an amazing salesperson. She could probably, from what I understand, sell you anything. She was such an outgoing person. She made friends easily, and she had friends from everywhere she went. I understand there are so many of you from all over the globe who are on this live stream now. And you've been, all of you, so fortunate to have been Michelle's friend. She seemed like so much fun. I learned that she was a strong and commanding person. She was someone who was often in charge of things. She had a great sense of humor, and I would imagine you all have so many great stories of times you laughed together. Hold on to that. Remember those wonderful times together. Michelle enjoyed the theater, both in New York and here in Chicago. She loved going out to dinner. And most of all, I saved this for the end. I think everyone who knew Michelle knew how much she loved the casinos. Whether in Vegas, Tahoe, Reno, New Orleans, or on cruise ships, on the riverboat, Michelle loved the slots. She lived a fun, adventurous, fulfilling life. She was blessed with wonderful parents, brother, and cousins and friends, and especially you, Carol, her sister. You were always there for each other. You will remain forever. She will remain forever in your heart. In the Jewish faith, we believe that one's spirit can live on, even though physically the individual is not here. The spirit can live on, and the way that that happens is by all of us continuing to speak about Michelle and to share the stories and to document these really great stories that you have so that they will live on door by door from generation to generation. Michelle Robin touched the lives of so many students, friends, colleagues, relatives. What a blessing she was. She will always be remembered. Zecher, Tzadik, Libracha, the memory of the righteous is forever a blessing. And let us all say, Amen. David Harkins wrote, "You can shed tears that she is gone, or you can smile because she lived. You can close your eyes and pray that she will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that she has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see her, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember her and only that she is gone. Or you can cherish her memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back. Or you could do what she would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. The dust returns to the earth as it was. The spirit returns to God who gave it. It is only the house of the spirit which we will now lay within the earth. We pray to you, O God, to receive in mercy the soul of our departed, Michelle Robin. As Michelle's casket is being lowered into the grave, I share with you this beautiful poem by Mary Alice Raymond entitled To Those I Love. When I am gone, release me, let me go. I have so many things to see and do. You mustn't tie yourself to me with tears. Be happy that we had so many years. I gave you my love, and you can only guess how much you gave to me in happiness. But now it's time I traveled on alone. So grieve a while for me if grieve you must. Then let your grief be comforted by trust. It's only for a while that we must part. So bless the memories within your heart. I won't be far away, for life goes on. So if you need me, call, and I'll be near. And if you listen with your heart, you'll hear all of my love around you, soft and clear. And then when you must come this way alone, I'll greet you with a smile and say, welcome home. The concluding traditional prayers are the El Male Rachamim and the Mourner's Kaddish. Hamse Minucha Achat Ante Hashina. O God, full of compassion, thou who dwellest on high, grant perfect rest beneath the sheltering wings of thy presence unto the soul of Michalea, Michelle Robin, daughter of Norman and Charlotte, who has gone to eternity. Lord of mercy, bring her under the cover of thy wings, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of eternal life. Be thou her possession, and may her repose be peace. And let us all say, Amen. The final prayer is the Mourner's Kaddish. It is said that the angels brought this prayer down from heaven. It possesses wonderful power. Truly, if there is any bond strong enough to link heaven to earth, it is this prayer. It keeps the living together and forms a bridge to the loved ones who have died. One might say that the Kaddish is the guardian of the people by whom alone it is uttered. The Kaddish prayer contains no reference to death. Rather, it affirms God's glory and omnipotence. The Kaddish is a declaration of faith, exalting God's name. It speaks of life and hope and peace. Together, we exalt God's name with these traditional words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Ba'alma dibra chiroteh v'yamlich malchoteh, b'chayechon u'b'yomechon, u'b'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'bizman kari v'imero. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei v'kudashah, v'richu, le'ela, mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran ba'alma, v'imeru. Amen. Yehei shalama rabbah, min shamaya, v'chayim, aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromam, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. May the author of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us. And let us all say, Amen. Many people wish to be buried in Israel, but for those of us who will not be buried in Israel, we bring a little Israel here with this mount, this holy earth from the Mount Olives in Jerusalem, Israel. So, in place of you, Carol, who would, if you were here physically, would be the one to sprinkle this holy earth into the grave, I will do this on your behalf.
At this time, the vault lid will be lowered and the burial will proceed. If you find this content a little disturbing, you may stop the video at this time and leave your comments for Carol and the rest of the family below. If you'd like to witness this, we will continue to watch the burial until it's completed. Thank you.
Kalau begitu enggak, saya tunggu supaya.
In the Jewish faith, there is a custom of 3 shovels of earth that we place into the grave. If you were all here physically, I would invite each of you during this pandemic. We're not shoveling, we're using paper cups, which you see that I will use in just a moment. If there was a shovel, you would do 3 shovels. Sometimes people turn the shovel actually upside down, making it very difficult to shovel, which is symbolic of how difficult it is to bury somebody that we love. We never pass the shovel because each person should participate in what we consider the greatest mitzvah of all. Mitzvah, good deed. This act of participating in the burial process and not leaving that completely for those who are employed here at the cemetery. It's a selfless act to participate in this mitzvah. So if there was a shovel, we would say don't pass the shovel, so that each individual participates in this mitzvah from his or her own free will. On behalf of all of you who are there virtually, I will do the 3 couples of earth, and know that if you were here, you would want to participate as well. Before I do the shovels, I just want to encourage all of you to continue to support one another, especially Carol, especially at this time as we're living through this pandemic, to be there for those you care about and love, to email, to call, to reach out in any way that you can as often as you are able. This concludes the service for your beloved Michelle Robin. May she rest.
This does conclude the service portion of our burial today. Once again, we are going to keep videotaping the burial portion. If you find this disturbing, you may turn the video off at this time. Again, leave your comments below, and I will make sure Carol receives them. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this does conclude our services. Thank you for joining us today.